Hello, beautiful, amazing world, and you, individual. Today, the topic of discussion or monologue, is how gallantry, dignity, integrity, morals and ethics, virtue can be taught and learned. It is kind of a royalty training. If you think about the royalty of the more ancient times, where they had sages and where they had people that in their terms were more gracious in their approach to life and to other human beings in general. More or less, the royalty of the old were initiated into the mysteries. By every day focusing on what traits, what personality shining out you would like to show the world, what you would like to appear as, how much dignity and how you appear, how you walk, how you talk, how you posture yourself, and how you grow in general. It takes time. It has to replace many of our old habits we have been taught as children and in early life and in earlier lives. It is karma. And by actually wanting to work with this karma, rooting it out one by one, feeling pain, feeling suffering, overcoming it, transforming it to understanding, and accepting that this is something I put on myself. We can truly not blame anyone else for our own predicaments. Because we have taken many choices in life and ended up where we are now. And what do you do now is up to each and every individual one of us. How much do we put out to the world so we can help, so that we can lift up and be truthful, be dignified, gracious, elegant, like a ballet dancer, but also wise and intelligent like a sage, clever like a scientist, and combine the best of all worlds, because we as human beings have the potential to be the best of all worlds. This requires also sincerity and will to do this. It is a sacrificial act that you sacrifice more or less all of your bad habits to try to replace them with new ones. This takes time, patience, and last but not least, focus. It's like feeding yourself new thoughts, new habits. That is not habit anymore, but our conscious living, absorption, and immersion of everything around us. Taking as an example, when you meet another human being, when they speak, and when you listen to them with your whole of being. You merge with them in a sense, and when they speak, you become them in a sense. You feel what they feel, you see what they see, you visualize what they visualize, and so on. And you understand them. It is very much easier, of course, if you have gone through some dark things in your life yourself, because then you can relate. Then you can actually know that, oh yeah, I felt that feeling, and I know I can speak to you and speak on a common middle ground with each other. It's the same with animals, rocks, trees. You can truly immerse and absorb yourself in everything around you. Of course, we do have an ego, our instrument of perception, where perception and thoughts comes forth in consciousness. This one is really important to truly grab a hold of, being aware of, and getting to know your ego, your I. Purifying it so that it doesn't become fully self-seeking and destructive and parasitic in this world. It has to be symbiotic. The world needs you, you need the world. And the more we work for the future, the more we put out seeds, they will grow to future plants. But if we do not sow those seeds, there will be no future plants. Everything you do today will be results of future. Which is why focusing forth on the future and going on the goal alone, the means is just as important. If you ignore the means, every kind of immoral and unethical impulses will come in for that goal. Everything is a free-for-all. Which is why morals and ethics is so important, with empathy and love for another human being. If you don't have love for another human being, if you don't care about another, the spiritual work will be wholly luciferic. It will truly be egotistical and self-seeking, self-absorbed. But if you truly wish for the humankind to open yourself and themselves and to become aware of yourself, the more you can grab a hold of your own training, your own focus in this matter. There are so many things in this world that is fully and wholly a waste of resources and time. And how much of all of this have we as individual human beings accepted and even perpetrated to let it keep going when we know it's not good for us? There are countless things like this. It is up to each and individual one of us to find out, what are these things? How interested are you in the world? How much interest do you have for another? How much can you push out? Because it is active effort. If you just use your normal faculties you have been given as a child, as a young man, woman, and a young adult, you will only see pessimism normally. There are some human beings that are given optimism as a natural initiation and have that as a standard viewpoint, but there are not many of those. Optimism has to be effortly, actively, indeed. Pessimism is what we normally go back to. Everything is crap, everything is nihilistic. Nihilism comes from the materialistic view of things, because they have nothing to hold on to. I do not attack this because they have wonderful, wonderful discoveries. They have discovered a whole lot of things that helps mankind to evolve. But if we do not have spiritual science and practice in what we do, we only have 2 generations that will understand materialism, and then the impulse of morals and ethics will be gone, because morals and ethical impulses are not in the material. You will never find it. Nietzsche went mad trying to do so. It is a spiritual and divine, sublime inspiration. If you look back in time, you see morals and ethics first started to come forth after the Christ. That's truly when people could start living in moral and ethical deeds by themselves. Before that, it was wisdom. It was more, they were given direct moral impulses to themselves without having to train or build it. It was a natural thing they gained because they lived directly in relation to the spiritual realm. We don't do that anymore today. We have been individualized personalities that are meant to strive upwards to the divine again. We will never be able to be given this again. We will have to do this, of course, with guidance from the higher ups, with our own machines, our own choices, and our own will impulses. If we do it like this, you will be given the stability, the dignity, the integrity you seek. Wouldn't you would like to be gallant? Wouldn't you like to feel like a shining knight for yourself? You don't need to shine it out to everyone else, you just know. You have trained it for a long enough period. Everyone would like that. And that is why you repeat and train it. Because if you want something hard enough, you will, after a while, turn it to deeds. Of course, not everyone has the karmic grace to actually start and be fully immersed in all of this. But those that truly wish to know spiritual science, wish to know the underlying divine forces of this world, of this solar system, of everything around us, it will have to come from a reverent curiosity for creation and for humankind. I think this was everything. Yeah, it was so funny. I started on the wrong side of the bed today, and I truly had to prepare myself for this. It was so fun. But life is truly worth living. Life is truly worth striving for. Right living, right thinking, right feeling. And yeah. May the divine bless and guide every one of us on this beautiful path to evolution and to the divine. Thanks, everyone. Love you all. Goodbye.